Hello everybody, my name is Joshua Winkins and welcome back to another video. In this video I want to give you a review slash overview of Panasonic's probably most notorious and most popular lenses when it comes to good lenses for people who are on a budget. I'm going to be going over the 14 to 42 millimeter kit lens and the 25 millimeter prime lens. If you're new to this channel, I create filmmaking tutorial videos, Final Cut Pro tutorials, and camera gear review videos. I'm giving away this Google Home Mini for free once I reach 1,000 subscribers, so it's a really good incentive to go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now in this video, I want to give you an overview of both of these lenses, but I want to kind of highlight them in 4 different areas. So the first area is its focal length, the aperture, how low the aperture of each of the lenses can go, and can you really see a difference when the aperture is a lot lower. Just something to keep in mind. I also want to kind of give you an example of autofocus and manual focus. How good is the focus of each of these lenses, and is there really that much of a difference, or is it about the same? Panasonic G7 doesn't have great autofocus, but I want to kind of see if you put a different lens on it, does it really make that much of a difference? And I also want to give you an example, or try to give you examples of the stabilization of the lenses. Panasonic G7 is not stabilized. These lenses are not stabilized, but I want to kind of give you an idea and show you that do these lenses have is there really big of a difference? Is this, even though none of this stuff is stabilized, will it really make that much of a difference? For me personally, I kind of want to test it out and I want to kind of show you guys. So I want to go over the focal length of each of the lenses, the aperture, the focusing speed of each of the lenses, and then I want to go over whether or not either of these lenses are very good at stabilization. The first lens I want to go over is the Panasonic 25 millimeter lens. Now this lens is a prime lens, which means you can't zoom it in or zoom it out. It's just flat 25 millimeters. But because it's a Panasonic G7, the Panasonic G7 has a 2 times crop, so it's actually a 50 millimeter lens. This lens costs $150 right now. It's on sale, but it's a $100 sale. So normally it costs about $200, but currently it's on the market for $150. So if you're really interested in buying this lens, highly encourage you to go ahead and buy it now. This video isn't sponsored. But the first thing I want to go over is the focal length. I'm going to flash the pictures up on the screen. This camera only has a 25 millimeter focal length, so you can't, like I said, you can't zoom in or zoom out. So here are just some pictures taken at 25 millimeters. Now how this works is the tripod is the same distance for the kit lens and this 25 millimeter lens, so I'm not moving the camera at all. So it's just flat. This is how far away it would look. So basically the tripod's hard to explain, but let's say the tripod's going to be a certain distance away, and I'm just going to keep changing the lenses and zooming it in or out. So at this point, this is how close you're going to get at a 25 millimeter lens. Now this lens can go to a 1.7 aperture, which just means that you can blur out the background. It gets some really good portrait shots, being able at 1.7 aperture, and I really want to use it as a comparison. The kit lens's aperture isn't that low, but I want to really see, is there really that big of a difference? So you can go ahead and be the judge. The pictures are going to be up on screen. Now I want to talk a little bit about stabilization. This lens doesn't have image stabilization. The Panasonic G7 is not super stabilized, but I want to go ahead and, the video is up on screen right now, I want to go ahead and let you guys be the judge. Do you think this is stabilized? Do you think, personally, what do you think? I don't think it's that stabilized, but I want to let you guys, rather than just say bad stabilization, I want to go ahead and actually give you a visual representation of what the stabilization looks like on the 25 millimeter prime lens. Now I'm going to go ahead and try to talk about the focusing area. Now this camera, people say this lens is really good at manual focus. I personally find this lens to be really good at autofocus. If you use the face and eye detection on the Panasonic G7, I often use this lens like a good lens for sit-down videos, talking headshot videos, tech reviews, tutorials. I personally think this is great autofocus, but I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Now the second lens I want to go over is the Panasonic 14 to 42 millimeter kit lens. Now this kit lens is often the lens that actually like comes with the Panasonic G7 when you first buy it. But if you want to buy it separately, it costs about $250. Now this lens is actually a prime lens, which means that you can zoom all the way in to 14 millimeters or zoom all the way out to 42 millimeters. All this helps you to do is a prime lens is nice, but a lot of times you're going to be in a situation where you need to get a wide angle or you need to get a tight angle. Being able to zoom in and out, I personally think is a really big advantage. And I do think, even though it's a 2x crop, I think the 14 to 42 millimeter range I think is a really good range, because you can get really wide or you can just get really tight. It just gives you a lot of like free room to do whatever you want. Now this lens is an aperture of 3.5. All this means is like you're not gonna get those cool blurred out portrait shots that you're gonna get with the 25 millimeter lens that has a 1.7 aperture. A 3.5 aperture is just a little bit bigger than a 1.7. All it means is like I said before, you're not gonna get those cool blurry portrait background type photos. Now I'm gonna go ahead and flash up on screen the stabilization of this lens. Now this lens again doesn't have image stabilization. The camera doesn't have image stabilization, but I think it's also nice at that wide or tight angle. But like there's not much more to say. I just want to let you guys be the judge on whether or not you think this stabilization is better than the 25 millimeter one. You can go ahead and go back to the 25 millimeter one and kind of go ahead and test it and see if you can really see that much of a difference. I also want to talk about the autofocus and manual focus. Now personally, people actually say that this is the lens you actually want to use autofocus on. However, I personally don't really use the kit lens that much. I actually just prefer the 25 millimeter prime lens, and I use the autofocus on that. The last I don't know, 30 videos or whatever have been used with filming the 25 millimeter lens. But the kit lens people say has really good autofocus, but I'll let you guys go ahead and be the judge of that. Again, I'm not gonna 100% say it has amazing autofocus or says it has horrible autofocus. I want to use this video and basically show you guys and let you guys actually decide for yourselves, because again, I'm not sponsored, I'm not forcing you to buy any of this. I just legitimately want to give you a really good overview of these two lenses. Anyways guys, hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Hopefully you found this video to be somewhat helpful and informative. I'll be trying to go ahead and put the links to the two lenses down in the description. This video isn't sponsored, but I want to go ahead and just make this video just for the fun of it. Remember, I'm giving away a Google Home Mini, this Google Home Mini, for free once I reach 1,000 subscribers. I make videos about filmmaking tutorials, Final Cut Pro tutorials, and camera gear review videos. Those are the type of videos that you're interested in. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Hope you guys have a great day. See you guys in the next one. Peace!